So let's take these concepts that we just talked about and let's see how it might apply to some real examples that you would see in a similar way on your exam. Remember, the underlying concept of this whole chapter is net operating income divided by the price of a property gives us the rate of return. So here's a very simple, straightforward example, just seeing if you remember that, which might actually pop up on your exam in a similar way. A property recently sold for $800,000. The stabilized annual net operating income for the property, $88,000. The yield, which is the same thing as a rate of return, or you might also see the term market capitalization rate used, but they all mean the same thing. The yield on the property is blank. Well, net operating income, $88,000, divided by the selling price, $800,000, gives me the rate of return, 11%. That's it. Or just want to see if you've memorized or know that concept. Rate of return is equal to net operating income divided by the selling price. And another name for rate of return is yield, or the market capitalization, or the market cap rate. So pretty straightforward, simple example. Let's see if we remember these relationships between this little formula. Assume the net operating income of office buildings in your area have remained steady, while the market capitalization rate, remember, which is the same thing as rate of return, has gradually fallen. So what did we say could impact rate of return? Well, if rate of return is dropping, it means only one of two things. Either the income is dropping or prices are going up. If rate of return is dropping, only one of two things can be happening. Income is dropping or prices are going up. Now it has told us clearly in the first line that the net operating income is staying steady, which means the only reason that the rate of return could be dropping are sale prices of office buildings have risen. Answer A. There's no other option available. Once you understand that concept of how rate of return is impacted, these questions become very easy. So remember again, if rate of return is dropping, that means income is dropping or prices are going up. So two very similar examples using this concept of whether you understand how this formula works. So let's take it one step further. Let's see if we can use this formula and apply it in a real way. A property is listed for sale and has a net operating income of $15,763 per annum that is assumed to be perpetual and constant. The market capitalization rate is 9.5% per annum. So they've given us the comparable market cap. Okay. What is the maximum price a prudent investor should pay for this property? Okay. So I know that net operating income divided by selling price equals yield. I know that 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. But if I need to flip this formula around because I need to figure out an estimate of selling price, then I also know that 10 divided by 5 is equal to 2, which means I know that net operating income divided by the yield is equal to an estimate of the selling price. So the net operating income of this project is given right to me, $15,763, and it's told us that the cap rate is 9.5%. So 15,763 divided by 9.5% or 0.095 is equal to 165,926. I've just taken that little formula and just flipped it around, and I've used that little trick that 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So three very common examples just using this concept of do you understand how this formula works and what can impact it. That's it. Net operating income divided by selling price, rate of return. That's the relationship we're working with.